Shohei Ohtani signed the biggest contract in baseball history, but unfortunately for the Dodgers, I'm resetting him all the way to 0 overall, and my job is to get him back up to 99 overall and to win him a World Series. This is going to be a huge challenge because he's starting from scratch with 0 ratings and everything, and the only way to earn upgrades is by spinning this magic wheel, which I can only do when Ohtani has a good game. It's opening day versus the Padres, and there's no surprise that we're batting 9th in the lineup, but earning our first upgrade is going to be very difficult because even when we make good contact, we have 0 ratings and everything. This is our first chance with runners in scoring position, but that was a nasty knuckleball, and I completely forgot that was a pitch. That might have robbed me of my first hit, but this is good contact into right center field, which is not going to get down. And those are the type of pitches we're going to have to take advantage of as I popped up again. So I'm wondering when my first hit would come, but right on cue, we hit this one past the infield. However, while I secured my first wheel spin of the video, I could also be the walk-off run in this game, but we popped it up, and the Dodgers were still winless. 0 overall Shohei Ohtani is definitely hurting this team's performance, so hopefully we get something good from the wheel, and that really sucks. This challenge is off to the worst possible start because I don't know when my next hit's gonna be, and the Dodgers still don't have any wins on the year. Our team's performance is actually very important because while we want to get Shohei Ohtani up to a 99 overall, we also need to win him a World Series, win him an MVP, and get him into the Hall of Fame before the end of the video. So there's a lot to accomplish, but Shohei's gonna get a step further after securing a multi-hit game against the Giants. The Dodgers desperately needed this performance, and this is Ohtani's 3rd hit of the day, which is gonna become his first RBI of the video, and he gave his team the lead before crossing home plate himself as we finally won a game to earn a second chance at the wheel, which is gonna finally deliver with a +5 to all stats. Making Shohei Ohtani the worst player in baseball was a huge mistake as he entered a massive slump and was costing his team wins. We're on pace to miss the playoffs, so this series is very important, especially because we're up against the division leading Padres and Ohtani flew out, but that's gonna score a run. I'll take whatever good plays I can get for him, but I definitely want another hit, and this one's gonna get down because the outfielder missed the dive. San Diego embarrassed us in this one, which is why it's very important that the wheel gives us something good, and I will absolutely take this. There's no way we're putting Ohtani on the mound anytime soon, so even though it won't raise his overall rating, I'm gonna invest in his contact versus right. More hits will earn us more upgrades, and that was great contact, so it really feels like we're on great pace as I obliterated that baseball, even though it was against a lefty, and that's gonna bounce into the stands for an automatic double. That was Ohtani's first extra base hit of the video, and that milestone earned us another spin from the wheel where we're cashing in with +10 to all hitting. We're still only 6 overall, but that's because the game only cares about Ohtani's pitching ratings when determining his overall, and big doubles like that one is gonna keep earning us more upgrades. It took a while for us to get going, but now we're on a roll, and I'm finally gonna work on Ohtani's pitching ratings, putting +20 into his stamina. We're also leading the NL West, but turning Ohtani back into a star is crucial if we want to win the World Series. It's gonna be impossible for Ohtani to hit a home run with these ratings because this was the best pitch he could have gotten, and it didn't even go to the track. Hitting a dinger there would have been huge, but we still managed to break the tie, and this one somehow dropped, so I'm just hoping that my team can score me, and Mookie Betts just obliterated that baseball deep into left field, and we watched it go over the fence to secure us the win. As we continue to improve Shohei Ohtani, I'm not going to be spinning the wheel nearly as much, so we're going to have to really perform if we want to earn upgrades, and this one was cracked into left field where the outfielder was unable to get it, and I secured an RBI double. We dominated San Francisco, which helped us keep the division lead, and Ohtani's performance earned him another wheel spin, which almost lands on no boost, but thankfully we luck out with +20 speed. This game is huge because we're trailing the Diamondbacks, who are in 2nd place in our division, as I get an RBI through the infield, so I was glad I could score the tying run despite not being good against lefties, and this is deja vu because I tied it up again. That was my 2nd RBI single against a lefty today, but my team was depending on me one more time, and I hit this one well into the outfield to secure the walk-off win against our division rival, and obviously that performance was good enough for another wheel spin where we earned +10 to all stats, and Ohtani is up to 20 overall. I didn't realize it, but I think all of these quirks are definitely helping out his performance, and honestly I'll absolutely take it because it's going to make this challenge much easier as he has a 530 OPS. This could easily be a World Series preview as Ohtani got a hit against the Yankees, and I'm starting to think that his stats could be good enough to finally hit a dinger as this was good contact, and we won the series, but Arizona was breathing down our necks. I'm terrified because we're taking on the defending champs with 0 overall Shohei Ohtani, but I'm very thankful we got a hit in the 5th inning because this is the level of competition we'll see in the playoffs. Despite earning a sweep against the Rangers, we were down 4-0 to Colorado, and we really need to rally because we cannot afford to lose our division lead, and this will help. After that, we were somehow able to tie it up as I got my 2nd hit, so it looked like we were in a good spot with 2 runners on, but Mookie Betts just hit into a double play. Our pitching stepped up, so the game remained tied, and I lifted this one into right center field, and I think that one's going to be deep enough to get down in the outfield and score the go-ahead run. Ohtani was the reason we were winning, despite being the worst player on the team, and he just delivered with a bases-loaded opportunity, which secured us the victory. That was the most RBIs we had secured in the entire video, and the wheel rewarded us with 100 stat points that jumped Ohtani up to 31 overall. That stat boost came just in time for the biggest series of the year against the second place Diamondbacks, and Ohtani singled on his first at-bat, but Mookie Betts did not help him by hitting into a double play, so this game was still tied up at 0-0 in the 6th inning. I got my second hit, but Betts struck out, so I'm not feeling good about our chance to break this tie, and I have some more hope after 2 walks, but Will Smith just hit a ground out. All I know is that it's definitely not my fault if we lose this game, because I just came up with hit number 3, so I need Mookie Betts to do something, but he has not played like the MVP runner-up. Thankfully, it didn't matter because we still won, and my 3-hit day earned me another wheel spin, where I added plus 10 to my contact grades, and I just now realized that I'm making this challenge way harder than it needs to be, because I made the dumb mistake of not adding any pitching boost to my wheel. I went ahead and fixed that, and we're definitely gonna need it because we're only 31 overall at the All-Star break. We're gonna be in a ton of trouble if we can't get Ohtani's overall back up before the end of the year, because the Dodgers started the year at a huge disadvantage with all of his stats at 0, as I thought that one was gonna get down, and we lost the game. Ohtani is still exclusively a hitter, but he's still not a very good one, and that's not good at all because we're not earning any wheel spins to improve his stats. Ohtani is a long way from becoming 99 overall, but this is definitely going to help because he just rocketed a double deep into right field to clear the bases, so there's a chance I can become the tying run in this one, but Betts let us down again. I feel like this wheel spin is extra important because our team is in a bit of a slump right now, and I could not be happier with plus 10 to all pitching stats, as we're up to 41 overall, but still have a long way to go before we can rejoin our rotation. It's essential that we earn Ohtani more upgrades like that one because that was a huge overall boost, but it's still going to be a huge challenge to earn wheel spins because of how bad his hitting is, as we lost that game. At least we're up big in our division at 73 and 49, as this one's going into the gap, and I'm going to try to round it for a double, which seems like a mistake as the throw comes in, and I'm not even close. I got way too aggressive thinking that Ohtani was faster at this point, but we're going to make up for it with an actual extra base hit. We're up 1 run against the Cardinals, where Miguel Rojas blooped this one into left field, and I think it's going to get down as I'm getting way for home, and that's a huge risk given what happened earlier, but the throw's offline. Even though I'm only 41 overall, I've definitely been a positive contributor in this game, as that's my second double, and that's going to give me another wheel spin, which is going to land on plus 20 to any stat. I have to make a very tough call to decide what to spend this upgrade on, because both pitching and hitting definitely need boosts, but we neglected our pitching earlier, so I'm going to upgrade that, which boosts Ohtani to 43 overall. Things are turning around for us just in time for this big series against Baltimore, where I started with the single, and we are almost halfway to 99 overall, but Mookie Betts just hit into a double play, so at least we still won this game to take the series. Ohtani still hasn't pitched a single inning in a game this season, but that could very well change by the end of the year. We are 13 games up in our division going into this matchup against the D-backs, and Carroll just robbed me of a base hit, so it's been a while since the last time I got an extra base hit, but that one looked beautiful coming off the bat, and I don't think it's going to turn into our first dinger, but will definitely become a double. I just wish that our team could score us when we get in those situations, because we're down 3-0 in this game as I got another hit, so even though we lost this game, at least we got another wheel spin, and I'm just focused on completing our first challenge. We're in a really good position to get to 99 overall, but with only a month left in the season, we probably won't do that, so I at least want to hit my first dinger and see some action on the mound. We almost turned that last at-bat into a double, but at least this is a multi-hit performance, so we're going to cash in on another upgrade, and I am glad we did, because I think Ohtani's finally good enough to eat some innings. We're definitely going to make the playoffs, so this may not be the last time we face the Braves, as Ozzy Albies is going to be able to get to this one, but I finally beat out a throw. I'm glad that our speed upgrade showed up on the field, but that would be our last hit of the game, and we did not do enough to earn another upgrade. Just a quick reminder to drop a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the video so far, and also remember that I'm trying to make 3 MLB The Show 24 videos a week, which means that I'd love to hear your video ideas in the comments below. We earned a spin from the magic wheel while I was advertising, and this is going to be a good one because it just put our overall in the 80s, and screw the bullpen, Ohtani's going into the rotation. This is the first start of the year for Shohei Ohtani, and he showed that he was ready for the bright lights despite not throwing a single inning this year. Adding another dominant arm right before the playoffs would be a huge advantage for the Dodgers, as he only gave up 1 run in his debut and hit a single. We dominated Colorado, and that's going to be good for another upgrade, as suddenly getting from 0 to 99 overall in year 1 seems very possible, especially after adding this plus 20 boost to Shohei's velocity, which got him up to 83 overall. This was all very encouraging, but I still wanted to hit our first dinger of the year, and there were only 2 regular season series left to do it, as I hit this one hard into the left center gap, and while it's going to stay in the yard, at least it's going to be an extra base hit. This is a multi-hit game, which means we're going to be able to spin the wheel after this, as I was just late on that one, so we failed to go yard in this loss to the Padres, but if the wheel gives me any chance to upgrade my power, I'm going to take it. This is my last chance to hit a home run with Shohei Ohtani, and while he just hit this one very well, I'm mad that I was early on it. At least it turned into our double, but our team could not score us, and I haven't been able to trust them all season, which is even more reason to hit dingers. I'm glad this game doesn't matter, because we're getting our cheeks clapped by the Rockies, and at least I have 3 hits, so all we can do is hope that we don't play like this in the playoffs, and hopefully our last wheel spin of the regular season does us well, and it absolutely does. I can't believe that Ohtani is officially the best player on the team again, and he only pitched 15 innings, but he still put up some great numbers, while his hitting stats also improved throughout the year. We made the playoffs where we were taking on the Reds, and Ohtani was finally our ace, as he also singled in the first inning to help us take the lead, but Jonathan India was showing this would not be an easy game. We needed Ohtani to lock back in quick, but Jake Fraley just nuked this double into the right center gap, so I was definitely nervous, especially after we wasted a bases loaded chance to end the inning. However, I was very thankful that our team came through because we were not having a very good performance until we hit this double into the right center gap. Ohtani gained a ton of confidence after that, as he only allowed 2 runs and hit another RBI double in the 7th inning, which helped us take game 1 and earned him another upgrade. Lucky for us, the magic wheel came up big, as this is definitely going to get Ohtani up to 99 overall, which officially completes the first challenge of the video. We still have a lot of unfinished business to take care of in game 2 of the wild card, as I cannot believe that one got down. Somehow it did though, and while our team couldn't score us, we tied it up with an RBI single. I managed to start a rally that allowed us to take a 2-run lead, and that was enough to secure another win and sweep Cincinnati. We're in trouble in round 2 against the Milwaukee Brewers because we're down 1-0 in the series, but this beautiful hit is definitely going to go for extras. Hopefully that could help our offense get going in this one, as Freddie Freeman shot this one through the infield, and I'm going to round third to head home. Apparently Ohtani's double was the start of an offensive explosion, as we easily evened the series. I knew that we couldn't risk losing game 3 of the NLDS, as I sent this one deep into right field for the first dinger of my entire season. It took an entire regular season and a playoff series, but we finally got it, and I'm very glad we did because that gave us the W and another spin from the wheel, which gave us +5 to all stats. After that, it was very clear that we were just too much for Milwaukee to handle, and we punched our ticket to the NLCS. This is the biggest challenge we'll face all season because the Braves have one of the most loaded lineups in the league, but that double has made all the difference as we're only up by 1 run. Unfortunately though, our pitching could not hold on forever, so all we can do is try to score another run, which we're going to be able to do here, but we still lost game 1. This could easily be a playoff matchup in this coming MLB season, even though both teams choked in the playoffs last year, and I just cut Atlanta's lead to 1 run in game 2. However, I would need to deliver again in the top of the 9th and smoked a single into right field. Coach is telling me to steal in the top of the 9th inning, and I really don't think that's a good idea, but I take off anyways with my very average speed, and thankfully the throw's high. We're officially in scoring position where Mookie Betts is going to let this one fly deep into left field, and he's let us down all season, but not this time because he blasted the go-ahead home run. We won this game despite being down 6-2, and Shohei Ohtani was a huge reason for that, but all the fireworks may be for nothing because Atlanta won the next 2 games. We're in danger of elimination against the Braves in the playoffs, but Ohtani just smoked this one into right field, and that's going to climb the fence for a home run. That should have put us back in position to win this one, but unfortunately they scored 3 more runs and we popped up, so we got embarrassed in the NLCS, so we're going to have to turn the Dodgers into a God Squad and come back even stronger. The first step of turning this team into a God Squad is to handle their money situation, because last season they were negative $40 million in the hole, but now that we're in the offseason, there's a lot of players we can let go of. I'm also going to go ahead and make the move for a very cheap young player in Riley Green, but we're going to continue to make this team cheaper by making this trade for Mickey Moniak. I also think that a move for Zach Geloff would really help us, and I'm willing to give up a ton to get him. The biggest issue for us is that we are not going to have a lot of money after signing all of our players, so none of these free agents are in the cards, which means that for the first time in their history, the Dodgers are going to the bargain bins. I do have one idea to clear up some more money though, and that's trading Tyler Glass now. And honestly, this is the best time to do that because he's super valuable and he's going to net us Garrett Whitlock and Masataka Yoshida. It's actually hilarious looking at this overpowered lineup along with our bench, which is the best I've ever seen. So this would be the perfect chance to capitalize with an MVP season from Ohtani. He definitely has a great chance to win it, but he's going to need to hit for more power because last season was not good enough, and here is a no-doubt bomb into deep straightaway center. Ohtani rounds the bases for the first time this season, but his team needs him again in the 9th inning, and he delivered one more time to tie the game up. I'm amazed that the Dodgers have not lost a game yet, and there's no doubt Ohtani's the MVP favorite because he has an ERA under 1 and an OPS of over 1200. Now, obviously these numbers were not sustainable, but all I wanted to do was beat Atlanta, and with a 2-1 lead, Ohtani went deep to get revenge against the Braves. There's no doubt that he's still not over the playoff loss because this will become his 2nd home run of the game, but even with his great performance, we still lost this game. At least we were on pace to be the best team of all time, and Ohtani led the entire league in All-Star voting. However, it didn't look like we were going to win 116 games because we fell into a bit of a slump going into September, but made up for it with a huge win streak. So we were at least looking to end the regular season strong, where Ohtani hit a bases clearing RBI double, and he basically had the Cy Young and the MVP on lockdown, as this no-doubter to center field is the perfect way to end the season. That MVP is going to complete the 2nd challenge of this video, but in his last at-bat of the year, he's looking to eliminate any doubt that he's the unanimous MVP winner with his 50th 5th home run of the year. There's no doubt that Ohtani deserved the award after an elite hitting and pitching season, but we all know that there's only one thing on his mind going into the playoffs. It's time for the Dodgers revenge tour, and they're starting out the playoffs with a deep bomb to right field from Shohei Ohtani. I feel really bad for the Cubs because they have to face a super team with the MVP winner, and we completely dominated them in Game 1 and Game 2. The Cubs are already facing elimination, and we weren't putting up much of a fight until Ohtani blasted this one to the opposite field. So now we're in extra innings where Ohtani managed to keep this one fair down the first baseline, and we completed the sweep in the ALDS. Apparently Atlanta got swept in the wild card, so it was a huge relief that we had to play the Pirates, and Shohei Ohtani started with some fireworks. I'm a little disappointed because I honestly wanted to get revenge on Atlanta, but I can't really complain because it's a 10-0 game that Shohei's going to add to with home run number 2. I can already tell this is going to be an easy series, and I guess no one should be really surprised because we built one of the best teams in the history of baseball as Ohtani dug this one out for playoff home run number 5. However, we had a big problem because Pittsburgh won this game, so we showed that we were not invincible, but Ohtani just made up for everything with a game-tying 2-run blast. We would go on to win that game thanks to Ohtani's dinger, but we would have to come back from down 2, and while another RBI helped, we were down 2 in the 9th. Thankfully, we've got the league MVP in scoring position, and Betts hit him in, so we just have to be careful, and Masataka Yoshida smoked this one right to second base to turn a double play. Suddenly, we're in danger of losing in the NLCS again. We have to win this game to avoid elimination again, and we're starting it off with a bang. It's crazy we're here just a season after starting Ohtani at 0 overall, and he has completely carried his offense through the playoffs. Our bats finally woke up in Game 7 to send us to the World Series, and we're taking on the Yankees, who are very smart to pitch around me. They must have realized that Shohei Ohtani single-handedly won both playoff series for the Dodgers, and they had already scored 8 runs, so this could be a rough ending for us. I'm terrified for Game 2 because we're already down 1 run, but Ohtani's solo shot tied it up. We took advantage of a rare mistake from Garrett Cole, and this one's hit well into right field, but Michael Conforto made an amazing play. At least our pitching was holding up better than it did in our last game, and I cannot believe that Ohtani just hit another home run, so we were able to even the series. Game 3 is going to be crucial in deciding who has the momentum for the rest of the series, and Ohtani singled, but the Dodgers couldn't score him, and the Yankees took the lead, so I was very relieved to see that we scored 3 runs to win this one. Game 4 was nearly guaranteed with Ohtani on the mound, so New York was facing elimination, and Garrett Cole made a huge mistake leaving that changeup in the zone because Ohtani blasted it over the wall. I've lost track of all the home runs he's hit in the playoffs, and after that, our offense exploded, so we won a World Series with former 0 overall Shohei Ohtani, who would go on to dominate for the rest of his career and make the Hall of Fame. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this very fun video, and remember to drop a like, subscribe, and click right here to see more of my content.